Hi, my name is Andrei Lissovski, and we are Photogoodness. This is a DSLR camera, which most people know simply as a big camera. Cameras like this have really exploded in popularity in recent years, and most people who own these are not full-time professional photographers. The vast majority of these cameras are in the hands of people who simply take photos for fun and because they want better looking, higher quality images. So several things happen when you go from a point and shoot camera to one of these. For one, the size of your image library really explodes. It becomes a real problem to manage, organize, and find images in your now much larger image library. Every time you take one of these babies with you, you come back with several hundred images. God help you if you take this on a holiday with you. Another thing that you want is you're now probably much more likely to do more sophisticated photorealistic edits to your images. So what is the situation with photography, digital photography software today? We of course have software that camera manufacturers include with a camera purchase, but nobody in their right mind uses that. And then of the third-party software, we have software from software that is on the low end, which is very basic and very underpowered. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we have software that was specifically designed for full-time professional photographers. So it's very expensive, very complex. And yet, the vast majority of owners of these cameras are somewhere in the middle on this spectrum. They want many of the features of the high-end software without the complexity and at a fraction of a cost. And yet, today on the market, there is no killer, no breakout product in this middle segment. And this is what we want to change. We developed a product that we affectionately named Photogoodness, and we designed and built it from the ground up with the needs of this vast majority of owners of DSLR cameras in mind. I would like to show it to you now. So first of all, we have a more flexible image rating system of 5 stars. You can, based on these ratings, instantly narrow down your entire image library or just any portion of it to just your better images or just to your duds, for example, so that you can get rid of them. You can type in just a few characters to very quickly narrow down your entire image collection and find just the collection that you're looking for. Since you're much more likely to be working with a larger number of images, we designed Photogoodness so that it can perform many of its tasks in the background. For example, as you're importing a new batch of images, you don't need to wait. You can start sorting them out and rating them right away. Bam, bam, bam. We give you access to the so-called image metadata, which is the information that the camera records into the image file. This is essentially information about the exact camera settings that you used at the instant when you took the photo. So this is very important because, for example, if a particular photo didn't come out right, you can see exactly what the settings were and you can understand what you may have done wrong. So with very easy access to this information, you can learn and you can improve your photo taking skills over time. In terms of image editing, we have built a sophisticated imaging engine around a very important concept of non-destructive adjustments. This means 2 very important things. For one is that you can apply any number of adjustments to your image without losing any image quality. And secondly, and probably more importantly, we treat all of your image files as a sort of digital negative. Photogoodness never ever modifies your original files. All the edits that you do to the image are recorded in its library as a sort of digital recipe. So with this functionality, you can come back to an image a day later or years later and be able to do something completely different to your image. So no information, no image quality has been lost as a result of your earlier edits. Photogoodness is the very first product to bring this powerful high-end approach of non-destructive adjustments to a much wider audience of non-professional owners of DSLR cameras, photography enthusiasts. Last but not least, we have great support for social networking and photo sharing services, starting with Flickr and Facebook, of course. With Photogoodness, you can select any number of images and share them to these services at once. And again, you don't need to wait. Photogoodness can do all the heavy lifting in the background so that you can go on and do other things with your photos in the meantime. As I described, with Photogoodness, we're going after a much larger group of users, owners of these DSLR cameras that are not professionals. Our goal is to completely dominate this segment. We basically want Photogoodness to be synonymous with the DSLR camera and be the very first thing that comes to people's mind when they think of DSLR cameras in the context of software. So where are we today with Photogoodness? We are in private beta. You can, if you own one of these, you can sign up at photogoodness.com. We're gradually accepting new users. You can also follow us on Twitter. And now I'm just going to go ahead and abuse my privilege and take a unique shot from the podium. Give me a hand. All right. Thank you, guys. We're Photogoodness.